Hi, I'm Werner, and this is Vicky, my wife. And 4 weeks ago, we started our father's house here in southwest London in the UK. Um, when we landed in the UK in August 2018 to come and do what God has called us to do, to plant a church, we didn't expect it to take 21 months. And we definitely didn't expect it to happen in the middle of a lockdown. And so I think it was about 2 weeks in when we had another conversation about God, what do we do? And you were saying something.
We were just talking about how we're going to start. Thinking of when lockdown finishes, what venues should we do? We've been looking at venues in the area, thinking, planning, dreaming. And I said to Vanna, let's just start online. We've been watching services as a family online. Let's just start online. And Vanna said, yes, let's do it. In that moment, it felt right. And
yeah. Because up until that point, every conversation that we had, there was something that just didn't sit right. Some situations, circumstances, but this was the moment that we recognized it and decided to step out in faith. And so we did that. We did a bit of research around platforms. And the first Sunday we started, we had a message, just a message. No worship, because we wanted to specifically make it easy for people who are unchurched, do not know anything about God or the Bible, to attend. And then in that week we had a conversation with some couples that we've been building a relationship with. But the one couple that came over from South Africa, also in 2018, Christoph and Pamela, who kept saying, man, they feel God is saying, be with us, plant this church, but they live 2 hours away. Then now with the situation, we can't meet anyway, but their hearts are joined, so they were added. And so the second Sunday we had a message and kids. And in the third week we had another couple join us. Again, the same thing, just over 2 hours away from us, but God spoke. And so they responded, and they love working with youth. So the third Sunday we had message, kids, preteens, and youth available for people. And then this last Wednesday we had our very first prayer meeting. And we're just blown away by what God will do when you say yes. We didn't have the resources.
So I'm a supply teacher, or was until the 20th of April. So I don't get paid over the holidays. But we made the decision to start the church. And because I'd done some work during the holiday, my head teacher gave me a call and she said, we've decided to pay you for that 2-week holiday. And just for us, God's provision, we make the decision.
Timing of it.
And literally God opens the floodgates for us with his provision.
His provision and the people.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know who's going to reach, who it's going to speak to, and then God brings people along. So we just want to encourage you to say, it doesn't matter what our circumstances look like. It doesn't matter what our realities feel like, or what pressures we're facing. When God speaks and you know it's him who's speaking, the best thing to do is to respond. Jesus said, if you love me, obey me. And I think that love response, again, just opens God's hands towards us, and he will provide whatever we need, people-wise and provision-wise, for what he's called us to do. So we want to encourage you and say, be bold, be courageous, and do what God has said. We love you guys, and we're trusting for testimonies to come from this testimony of ours.